Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulo Hoyani. 2 days ago, I offered my services to represent Sibiya, the first accused in the Meyiwa trial. I did that because I was seeing that there's a possibility that Advocate Munisi might not be able to proceed on Tuesday when the trial resumes. It was not arrogance on my part. Unfortunately, I have had a lot of hate mail. I don't know what motivates people to engage in this sort of thing. I've been getting a lot of hate mail to say that I am undermining Mrs. capabilities and I'm also undermining the rest of the defense witnesses by offering my services. Let me just set the record straight in case anybody missed the point of what I was saying. I am offering my services not because I'm motivated by anything. I have not had this. I've never come across this sort of thing. I am offering my services only because I've always said I've got this commitment to the Meyiwa trial and nothing else. I'm not motivated by money. I'm not motivated by fame. Right? I have said to people that, I have got enough money to live on. I am not a rich man, but I can survive. I've raised a family. Right? My children are all graduates and they're all grown up. But I've always been doing charity work of a legal nature all my life. On this channel, I provide free legal services, or rather, free legal advice. And for those whose matters I cannot attend to, I always liaise with other people and give advice who they can contact to solve those problems. So my decision has been misinterpreted by certain people. I don't know whether they have their own agendas or what. But this I've always said will not deter me. Negativity does not deter me. People with negative attitudes will never deter me from doing what I am doing. It is not arrogance on my part. When I talk about my experience is visible for everybody to see on my face, right? You might have not known me up to now, but the fact of the matter is I have been a lawyer for 37 long years, and that is not boastful talk. I am not here to boast. What would it achieve for me to come here and boast, right? What does a 60-year-old man achieve by coming and telling people that he's got 37 years of experience? I was only saying that in the event that Advocate Munisi is unable to continue, I am willing to step into his shoes for the sake of that trial, for the sake of the future of that trial, right? So that that trial does not go into limbo and, gets postponement after postponement. So my stepping in would help to make sure that there's continuity, right? That the pursuit of justice for Senzo Meyiwa goes on. Like I've always committed myself to the pursuit of justice for Senzo Meyiwa. That is all that I'm in it for, and nothing else. I'm not in it for anything. Even if I don't get a cent out of it. Life has never been about money for me, right? It has always been about values and commitments, right? Money does not make a person, right? But values and commitment and principles make a man. That is my approach to life. So it is not out of arrogance that I am saying I can read that 40, 50,000 record in a matter of days. I have always been familiar with the sense of Meyiwa trial ever since it started. I know all the evidence that has been leveled against, all the allegations that have been made against, by witnesses against the first accused, Muzi Sibiya. There are those confessions that they are supposed to have made, which are inadmissible, right? And it is on that basis that I am saying, with the knowledge that I have at my disposal at this point in time, right? If the opportunity arises, and let me reiterate that this must be a decision that will be made by Muzi Sibiya and Muzi Sibiya's family. It is not about me imposing myself into the sense of Meyiwa trial. That can never happen. It is not about me advertising myself as a super lawyer to represent Muzi Sibiya, right? It is about me just coming up with a commitment to help wherever I can. So that if I don't get appointed to represent Muzi Sibiya by anybody, so be it, right? My life has never been dependent on representing Muzi Sibiya in that trial. I've never formed part of that trial, right? But all I want to see is some kind of movement, some kind of continuity, some kind of closure, that will say to the Meyiwa, the Meyiwa family, we have got justice. And there are other avenues that I want to pursue, because what I see unfolding in the Pretoria High Court for me, with all due respect to the presiding judge and everybody involved in this trial, I don't think that is the trial that we must be seeing in the Pretoria High Court. So my angle is going to be very different. Right? I want to file mistrials. I want to find mistrials. I want to look into special entries, right, to bring an end to it all. If it takes a little bit longer, so be it. But who wants half justice? Nobody wants half justice. We want total justice, so that rushing through the case and just going through the motions of a trial does not help anybody. But if you get a trial such that the Meyiwa family is assured that they are getting proper justice, that is all that I'm looking for. Siso Meyiwa himself has said he has got no confidence in what is going on in the Pretoria High Court, because he does not believe that the 5 people standing trial in the Pretoria High Court are the killers of his brother. Those are the angles that I want to pursue. But at the end of it all, I want to bring an end to this trial. Let me make it very clear. I want to bring an end to this trial, and I want to expose some of the shortcomings in this trial. And I want to come up with docket 375 to say we have a parallel docket. We will line up the witnesses who were behind, the opening of docket 375. Right? There's Warrant Officer Makubu. Warrant Officer Makubu can, in a matter of days, rubbish the version of 636 that is unfolding before the Pretoria High Court. Please, South Africa, read my lips, right? I am doing this as an honest endeavor. If I'm not wanted or if I'm rejected, if I'm unwanted, I will accept that. I will accept that. But I'm not driven by my ego. I've got no ego in this. Right? All I'm trying to do is to help. And if people don't need my help, yes, they're perfectly entitled not to need my help. Who am I when there's thousands and thousands of lawyers in South Africa who can easily step into, Muni's shoes and represent Muzi Sibiya? Who am I? Who am I? Right? But I have the capability, I've got the experience. If anybody wants to enlist my services, I am available. If nobody wants to hear anything from me, so be it. Having said that, let me thank you for watching all my videos. Let me thank you for all the subscriptions that I'm seeing. Please, please, please don't skip those adverts. They bring a little money for us to be able to be bringing you these episodes day in and day out. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful Easter Sunday.